Hi guys, today I'm here with a very special person. I have become to know this amazing woman throughout over a year now, and I've heard many stories of hers, and the stories have touched my heart in ways that most stories don't, and the way she speaks about her past and her future and things that have occurred in her life are very touching and captivating. And so we have come up with the idea to narrate a book, but it is going to be in a video format so that it's real and raw and you really hear it from her and not just words in a book. So we don't feel like this has ever been done before on YouTube, and we feel like it's a really cool format to share this with you guys. The way that she inspires me, I feel as if she can inspire many others, and that is one of the huge reasons why we're putting this on the internet, so that she can reach more people than she does now, which is a lot of people now. But I just feel as if on the internet she can touch lives that she may have never touched before. First, we're going to start off with why I am so inspired by this woman, and she continues to inspire me every day. And I just think that every aspect of her is just inspiring, just who she is and the way she lives her life and the way that she treats people. And I just find those qualities to be very important in a person and making a person beautiful. So during this process, I'm going to be interviewing Char in an open format. And if you guys have any questions to ask her, you can feel free to leave that down below in the comments section, and I'm sure we could put that in a video somewhere if you guys are interested.
Absolutely.
And anyway, so I'm going to formally introduce her. This is Char Napsiger. She has recently had a heartbreaking loss, and it is really
You're gonna make me cry, but that's okay.
I just can't find the words. It's kind of hard to say because it's been so heartbreaking, and there have been good days and there have been terrible days, and that's just part of the grieving process. But in November, the very end of November, Charlotte lost her oldest son, Connor, and it has been quite the ride, and it just really shows who she is through this grieving process, because as many times as she's probably wanted to get in a fetal position and not do anything, she still opens up her heart and cares for others, and I just think that's amazing, and not many people could do that.
Thank you, Allison. So, excuse me if I cry, but that I want to be as real and as raw with everybody as possible. Like Allison said, I lost my son 2 months ago yesterday. He suffered from epilepsy, and my husband and I, he had been seizure-free for over 2 years, and we gave him our blessing back in January of last year to move out. At the time, he was 23, and he had been seizure-free, like I said, for over 2 years, so we felt that that was his right to be able to move out and live his life on his own. And unfortunately, on a night that I normally would speak to my son, we would talk every day, just because that's what we did. We had an amazingly close relationship, and I would always talk to him in the evening just to find out if he had taken his pills, because he was on Keppra, which is an anti-seizure medicine. And this particular night, I did not hear back from him. And as a mother, I knew something was horribly wrong. I had a gut feeling. And anyways, I woke up my husband, and he went over to his apartment, because one of the stipulations we had with our son was, if you're going to move out, we are going to have keys to your apartment. And so my husband woke up after I waited for about an hour to hear back from him. He was supposed to have gone to work, and he never showed up for work. And we didn't realize that until the next day after we had spoken with his place that he worked, his employer. He worked for a restaurant in South Lake, Texas called Wildwood. And it wasn't until the next day that they said he never showed up for work. But getting back to the evening, that I felt something was wrong. My husband went to his apartment and discovered his body about 3 feet from his front door. It almost looked like he was going to get help. We really don't know. The coroner ruled out anything, as far as a heart attack or a brain aneurysm or anything like that. We do believe it was from a seizure. And he probably wasn't getting the sleep that he needed, and that was one of the things we were concerned about when he moved out, was making sure he got plenty of sleep. Unfortunately, because of his age, I just don't think he worried about it. I think he felt that he was invincible, like so many kids do. And, I used to go to lunch with him and tell him, ask him, "You're getting plenty of sleep, right?" And he would tell me, "Yeah, Mom." But in my heart, I knew when he would answer me, I just knew he wasn't being truthful. And I would warn him, "Please get the sleep you need, son, because it could create the perfect storm." And if people don't know what that is, a perfect storm is when you push your body to its limits. And eventually that storm starts to brew. And that's exactly what I believe he did. He created the perfect storm. I think he was staying up late gaming with his friends. And, most of his friends he was gaming with probably had no idea that he had epilepsy. And I'm sure he didn't share it with people because he didn't want to be treated like a baby. Again, I think it was an age thing. I don't think he worried about dying like I worried about him dying. I worried about it constantly. It was something, as a mother, I lived in fear with. Especially anybody who has children who have health issues. You constantly are worried. So I constantly lived in a state of worry, especially at night, because if he didn't get sleep, I was worried about if he would drive home from someplace and have a seizure while he was driving, because seizures come without warning. There's no warning. So that was my biggest fear, is that he would have a seizure while he was driving. And that, he could potentially hurt other people, and I did not want that. So, I was happy that was not how my husband and I got a phone call. So getting back to the night, my husband found him, and he called me, and of course, it was my worst nightmare. And, I honestly don't know how I've gotten along in the last 2 months, but I have, and I will. And people don't believe that when somebody you love dies that you can ever be happy again, but there is happiness. It comes in increments, and then you're slapped upside the face, sometimes with the knowing that your sweet precious baby is no longer here. But when I have those moments, I get it out. I let it out. And I've never been afraid to show my emotions. I feel like that's the gift you give to the world when you're willing to share who you truly are. So I will never hold back with any of you. I will always tell you the truth. My baby boy is sitting here right now with us. He's always with us. This is his urn. This is what we decided to put him in, because he was probably one of the sweetest people you could have ever met in your whole life. And his name, sorry for the dogs, again, this is gonna be real and raw. You're gonna hear our dogs, you may see a cat every once in a while. We have 2 dogs and we have 5 cats, and they're my babies. But this is my son Connor, and